enigmatic drifter suffering from terminal cancer lives out his dream of floating down the Mississippi River on a ramshackle houseboat until the truthfulness of his story is questioned. Join me now for a conversation with the co-directors Tim Grant and Andy McMillan to discuss their film Mississippi River STYX. You just talk to me.
Just like act like our dads on FaceTime. Just like,
I can't hear you.
yeah, I'm Tim Grant. I am a co-director on Mississippi River STYX.
And I'm Andy McMillan. I'm also a co-director on Mississippi River STYX.
Cool. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Just give me a little bit of a sense of how this story came across your desks, metaphorically speaking.
Sure. So I met Kelly Phillips, the main character in our film, in a bar in Memphis, Tennessee. I bummed a cigarette off of him, and he started telling me a story. He had printouts of newspaper stories that had been written about him, and I thought there was something interesting about that, interesting about the sense of agency he had over his own story. And then there's also, the draw to the Mississippi River and all the sort of Americana elements to it. And me and Tim had been looking for a project to work on together, so I called him, and a couple weeks later, we were floating down the river with our director of photography.
What was it like working with Kelly?
I mean, it was more or less enjoyable. Kelly was, he was kind of an open book in terms of access. I mean, he really liked the camera, as a lot of documentary subjects do. So it was like, yeah, you can film whatever. Kelly also took a lot of risks with his trip, and we became involved with those risks. So that was a little dicey at times. He just was. He had never owned a boat before. He had never done anything like what he was attempting, and so he was pretty ill prepared for that. His boat was not in a good place to do any of that. It wasn't designed to do any of that. So yeah, I mean, it was quite a dangerous journey that we joined him on. But yeah, I mean, in terms of just like filming with Kelly, like Kelly was pretty open to being filmed, which is always nice as documentarians,
All of that is true. Also, it was extremely difficult to work with. I mean, so on the one hand, it's like we had pretty much unfettered access. Like, we would let him know we wanted to see him wake up in the morning, we wanted to see him fall asleep at night, and so we'd leave him mic'd up. There's a very important scene where you're not totally sure if he's sleep talking or if he's drunkenly talking to his dog who he's holding, and it's, like at the middle of the night on his chair, and there was a tripod set up right in front of him. So in one sense, yeah, we had this incredible access, but in the other, he was an unbelievable challenge. He's always risking his life. He's always doing something risky that we don't want to be a part of, and there's the balance of being there to get it, but not wanting to actually schedule with him because we don't want to. We want our hands to be clean if he does something that has catastrophic results.
So like getting it on the books would feel like endorsing it?
Yeah, so look, there's like he spent a lot of time riding a motorbike without a helmet drunk. And it's like, if we know that's how he's getting somewhere, we don't want to say, hey, meet us here in 20 minutes.
Right.
Instead, we just have to be ready to go when he does. And, along the way, we also, I should say, tried to talk him out of every bad decision we could. It's been successful.
I think the phrase "working with" is an interesting one. Like, I do like that phrase with documentary. Like, you do work with people that are on the other side of the camera.
It's a real collaboration.
It is a collaboration. Like, that's the best version of it. But like Andy's saying, like, you also can't coordinate with someone and have them sort of like codependent on you when they're taking such risks because you become so involved. So it is tricky to balance that out. And yeah, I mean, when he rode his motorbike, we were just like, we're staying out of that and we'll try to get a shot of it, but we're not gonna say, let's go ride your motorbike around. So,
yeah. And also complicated, and he's sort of using our presence there. I think he saw our presence as granting, like validity to his story and what he's doing, and helping him get a pass from people at times, probably. So there's a lot of that dynamic to navigate as well.
Yeah.
There's an interesting moment. Kelly's had a lot of goodwill and has been given things for free, and then the moment that someone asks him to actually pay for something, he describes it as cool. Did you guys see it that way, or what was kind of your take on that moment?
What do you think? I mean, the movie deals a lot with like charity and sort of the terms of charity. Like, people want to have a reason to be charitable, and when that reason isn't exactly what they signed up for, they kind of change that. So it deals with a lot of that. I mean, that specific moment, I think that Kelly had just sort of like run into a wall. Like, it had worked for him in a lot of different places, and there it stopped working, and he became agitated because that was sort of his form of survival. But yeah, I mean, we are there to like hear what he thinks and hear what the other people think if they're willing to talk about such things. I honestly can't remember my opinion.
Well, but I think too, I don't think that moment was so much about money or about like getting things. I think it was also, like Kelly's someone that was really on the run from a lot of trauma, and I think has this like kind of gaping wound in his life that seemed to motivate him. And I think all of the attention worked as sort of a distraction or a salve to that. And when he got down there and it's, he gets the key to the city, then people see him drink too much and they, start calling him a con artist. I think that's probably what he meant too when he was talking about people being cruel, right? Yeah, and I think the money thing was really like deflection almost. Trying, like accusing them before they could accuse him on camera or something.
Yeah.
So I really love the title, Mississippi River STYX. And when I told my family, like, a list of the movies that I was about to be watching for this film festival, a couple of them asked, like, how is STYX spelled? You guys chose like the mythological river Styx. Can you talk to me a little bit about that choice?
Sure, yeah. I mean, early on we were struck by the parallels. I'm also really interested in the idea of like pre-existing universal narratives that you can like work a modern story around. But yeah, there's so many parallels. In the River Styx, there's a ferryman, Sharon, that takes you over the River Styx into the afterlife. And they put a coin in your mouth, and the coin pays your way. And along the way, Kelly's like telling a story as a way of surviving. And then at the end, you have to get past this three-headed dog. Three-legged would have fit better.
Yeah.
And to finally cross over. And without wanting to say too much, that's relevant as well.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, and I'll leave that for the audience to be interested and watch your film. So tell me a little bit about the future of this film and where people might be able to get a chance to see it.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. We're hoping that it gets some form of distribution so more people can watch it.
It feels almost like a Netflix true crime.
Oh, cool.
We
Yeah.
take their money.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let Netflix know that you want to see it there. Yeah, no, this was one of the last festivals that we'll play. We've been playing it for a year now, so I mean, this is the first time we got to play it in Mississippi, so that's cool. But yeah, we're not sure exactly. I mean, people can follow our Instagram account to keep track of it, and hopefully it's somewhere soon that people can watch it.
Cool. What's the Instagram account called?
It's-
At Miss MISS River STYX STYX.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks
Before
for
we
your
wrap
interest.
it up, do you have anything that you want to shout out? Anybody you want to say hello to?
Oh gosh.
I mean, this has been great. Like, we hadn't been to this festival before, so yeah, Matt Weimer's, he's great. He's doing a good job with this fest. So that's why we're here. We met him, and he was like, submit, and if you get in, we'll have a good time. And we certainly have. So yeah,
Cool. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Tim and Andy, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.